Listener and audience of this video, I would like to share an interesting story about my childhood and how that experience let me realize the reality of my country, Colombia. This experience takes place in the jungle of Colombia. To start with, let me take you guys back 10 years ago when I was 16. I just graduated from my high school at my country, Colombia. At that time, my mom used to be a doctor at the General Hospital in Bogota, and my dad was a colonel of the Colombian Army. Because of my dad's job, he needs to stay far away and sometimes in dangerous places. So, you will ask, what do you mean with dangerous places? Well, some of you maybe don't know, but my country used to have an internal conflict. It's a kind of a war between insurgents groups called guerrillas and the official government. That war lasts around 60 years and it starts as early as the 960s and finished in 2016. At the moment of this story, my dad was staying in a small village called Puerto Cis, near the border from Ecuador and Colombia. This area is infamously known as being of one of the most dangerous and risky zones for any person living there. It's a complex area where the violence, drug trafficking, and guerrillas are the real authorities. Well, to don't make this story so long, I was sent to my dad's place in the summer of 2013 as a punishment for my bad grades at school. At the beginning, I couldn't believe that my own dad was able to let me go to such a dangerous place. I remember taking the plane, if we can call that a plane, a small one motor plane with capacity for only 8 to 10 people. At arriving at Puerto Cis, the place I mentioned, I remember seeing a dense green jungle. So I was asking myself where this plane is going to land. Uh, Finally, we land in a 6 meter wide landing road. When I got off the plane, I realized that the small airport was surrounded by army soldiers, highly armed and with high precision weapons. And from one of the band, my dad get off wearing his deep green military color uniform and the black Ray-Ban sunglasses. We immediately took off to the main base around 15 minutes from there. The next month and a half I lived with my dad in the base. I used to play soccer with soldiers when it was possible, and in the base we have long talks with my dad about life and other stuff. This trip made me realize the difficulty of his job and how some areas of my country has suffered from drug trafficking and violence in many years. One of the biggest, or not to say the biggest problem is drug trafficking. A huge amount of money are financing these illegal groups, in consequence making these places really dangerous and causing a lot of violence between the population.